Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Poor as a church mouse. What the heck does being or thinking about the expression being poor as a church mouse have to do with supersizing and growing your business and creating the business that you want in the world? Well, a couple of things. The poor as a church mouse expression started way back in the 17th century. And in English anyway. I'm sure that the expression or the thought was around before then. But it became popular and used back then because churches in the 1600s, of course, did not have pantries or kitchens. They never cooked in a church. So if a mouse set up house in a church, they were probably going to starve to death because there was no food there. There was nothing for them to eat. But a smart mouse would set up house in the cellar of a restaurant, a grocery store, a rich estate, or somewhere where food was actually prepared, a house with a kitchen, right? That would be a better place for a mouse to set up residence. Well, how does this apply to us and our businesses? Ask yourself the question, who am I selling to? Am I selling to people that don't have the resources or the ability to take me up on my offer, my products or services? Oftentimes, we want to help a category of people or a target audience, but in order to help them, we first need to help ourselves. We have to be the example by setting up a profitable organization, a profitable business, so that we can then help the people we most want to help if they're not in a position already to afford our products or services. I was actually just talking to a coaching student about this yesterday. He was bouncing ideas for a product off of me, and he kept bringing up ways that he wanted to offer it to people that really would never ever be able to afford his product or service unless they had some kind of a subsidy to help them pay for it. And I challenged him to focus first on the people that can afford what it is that he has to offer, and then he could provide some kind of a nonprofit or a scholarship or a buy one for another person as a charitable donation type use of his system versus trying to sell to people that wouldn't be able to afford it in the first place. And so we need to keep in mind, are we targeting the right people? In addition to that, poor as a church mouse, I contend that poverty is a mindset, and that it's a belief that there's not enough, that there's scarcity and lack in the world, and that and that there's a whole lot of competition. In order for me to get what I want in my life and in my business, then I have to take it away from someone else. That, to me, is a poverty mindset. And that prevents us, and ask yourself, if you catch yourself doing this, are you afraid to share your mind, your intelligence, your products and services with people? Are you afraid to teach people and give people part of who you are, part of your product and service, in order to bring them into your organization, bring them into your world? Are you afraid to share who you really are? Because that's another example of a poverty mindset. And poverty mindset to me means fear. Poverty is fear. Poverty is based on fear. It's fear of not getting enough, not having enough, not being enough, not doing enough, not being able to create and take care of ourselves. All of those are fear-based beliefs and fear-based thoughts. So, check yourself. If you're afraid to share yourself, who you really are, with the world, if you're afraid to give your knowledge and your wisdom, do you talk to people? Do you go out and talk to people and meet people and share yourself, your time, your energy, and your knowledge and your wisdom with other people? If you don't, maybe you have a bit of a poverty mindset. Now, this is not the pot calling the kettle black, because I know right now I have aspects of a poverty mindset in me. Hey, Chad Hannah. And it shows up in my life because I'm one of those collectors or hoarders of stuff. I keep way too many things that I'm never, ever going to use. My biggest challenge is office supplies. I don't know why, but I have been accused by my sister, and she was absolutely right. She was living with me for a few months a couple of years ago when my father was ill, and she accused me of being an office supply hoarder. And I looked in my office and I'm like, you're absolutely positively right. And as I'm packing up and moving, she's way more right. And so I'm actually getting rid of a lot of those things and letting a lot of those things go, because I know that keeping a lot of stuff around me is making me feel like I have a poverty mindset, or making me feel like I won't be able to ever get it again. And that's something that I am personally working on. So ask yourself, are you encouraging the poor as a church mouse philosophy in yourself or in others? The other thing that we want to keep in mind with this is we actually will keep our prospects down if we do, and our clients and our customers down, if we don't believe that they can have, do, be, and achieve more. We have to be lifting them up as we're lifting ourselves up. And that's something we often forget about. That's it. Don't be poor as a church mouse. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.